In this video, we're going to show you how to install the fuel level sender on your Infiniti G37X, located underneath the rear seat. With the hood open, on the passenger side, you're going to locate your battery cover here. There's two little spring clips here. You're going to push in, lift up, and pull the cover off. With the cover removed, we're going to use our 10mm wrench to disconnect the ground terminal on the battery. Pull that off and just tuck it aside. Now we're in the back seat area here, and we need to lift up our back cushion. In order to do so, right along the front, you're going to locate a black tab here. There's one on the passenger side right in the center of the seat cushion, and there's one on the driver's side as well. What you want to do is grab this here with your fingertip and pull it out. It's actually a lock release. So you pull it out, lift up on the seat a little bit like so, and you can do the same on the driver's side. Now we can lift up on the seat, push your seat belt latches down inside, pull this up and out. Once you have this released, we're going to go ahead and remove this from the vehicle. Now here we have the back seat out, and we have some rags over here, and we have a catch can over here. When we remove our component, we're going to bring it right over. We don't want to spill any fuel on our carpet. So we have these four tabs right here. Normally when you want to go ahead and undo something or release it, you're going to do counterclockwise. In our particular case, we need to rotate these tabs clockwise, so turn them to the right. You can use a Phillips head screwdriver right in the center and rotate these. Sometimes it doesn't allow for the screwdriver. It might want to strip it out or round it. You can simply use a pair of pliers, gently rotate them. We have four of these to do. Go ahead and grab that cover, lift it up. There's going to be an electrical connector right here. Right here is a tab you want to press down on. When you press down on it, go ahead and slide that off. Set that cover aside. Now there's a series of 8mm screws. You can either use a socket, which we have here on our 1/4 inch, or you can use a Phillips head screwdriver. Now two things here. We do like to make sure that number one, we are working in a well ventilated area. Number two, gloves. And number three, safety glasses are always recommended when working with any sort of chemical. Gently work these here. You might have some that are stuck. That's why we have our ratchet. Go ahead and remove those screws. Another important thing you want to pay attention to is if you have a lot of debris around the edges here, go ahead and either wipe it out, use a vacuum or compressed air to clean all of that debris away. You don't want to have debris falling down inside the tank once we remove this component. Now, if you find that any of your screws are rusted or anything like that, you can go ahead and use some rust penetrant on those screws. We will be reusing these little screws here, or little bolts, so make sure you don't lose them. And take that lock ring, grab this here, pull it up and out. Now that we have the center unit out, we have our sealing ring right here. You want to go ahead and roll that out. Inspect inside here, make sure that it's clean and free of any debris. Also, inspect for any rust. If there's any rust here, that is a concern. You want to make sure that that is clean, or you may even consider replacing the fuel tank at that point. Install the O-ring seal. Set that down into place. Take your level sensor and set that down inside. Go ahead and take your lock ring here. Go ahead and line that up. And let's go ahead and start to install our hardware. Sometimes you'll have to loosen these bolts just a little bit to get a little more flexibility out of these here to get all of the bolts installed. Now when tightening down the screws, I'm going to snug down this one here and I'm going to crisscross. I want to evenly tighten these down. Now you want to make sure that they're snug. There is an O-ring seal that we replaced, so you want to make sure that these are just good and holding the unit in place. So once that bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. And then we're just going to start back over from the first one and just repeat this process, making sure that it is evenly tightened down. Go ahead and grab that electrical connector here. We're going to line this up, slide it on. You're going to feel it in here, it snap into place. It's okay to go ahead and give it a little wiggle. Make sure that that is nice and secure. Line up your cover. It does have an arrow facing forward. Pretty easy to figure that out there. Grab your Phillips head screwdriver and rotate this counterclockwise to lock it in. Now we have our back seat here ready to go in. Now there's some tabs on the back here that are going to go up underneath the backrest area. We also need to feed our seat belt latches through. So we're going to push the seat up and in, and then reach underneath and feed the seat belts through the cushion. Pull it up and through. And then push the seat back and in. Now we just need to push our seat down into the latch. Push it down, you hear it click. Repeat for the other side. Go ahead and grab that ground terminal, slide that back on. Let's go ahead and snug down that nut. And once that's good and snug, go ahead and grab that terminal. We'll give it a good wiggle, make sure that it's on there nice and tight. Install your cover. Make sure that the 3 tabs on the back go in first, tilting it downward, and then bring it forward. Snap the cover in place. Now you want to hop into the vehicle. Start up the vehicle, let it run for a little bit, make sure everything that we did doesn't have any leaks, and that the car performs properly. Go ahead and take it for a road test, and at that point there, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.